Okay, guys. Hey, guys. It's your boy, Dark Raku here. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Where the fuck is the other what ifs? Now, I'm rewatching what's it called? What if Issei was the White Flame Monarch? So I can do part 2. I just gotta do the stats and other things. But other than that, not the point. So let me begin this as a what if. This is a new what if that I didn't actually do with them though, because I was looking for stuff on, well, the online, but I couldn't find it. So I said, fuck it. I'll do it later. After school. Maybe. Now, the reason why I didn't actually upload a video yesterday, even though I had some time, I was just looking at one of my friends' stream. Or mostly, I was watching the stream. Now, not the point. Let me begin into this what if, because I know the whole night after this might be storming water. It might be raining a lot, so I don't want to be bothered with lightning in the afternoon. So, let me begin. Let me shut the fuck up. And yeah. I should have mentioned that I'm still sick. But this is called What If Issei was the care or whatever. I will name it whatever. But pretty much what this is based on is what if Issei was chosen by mythical animals. So yeah, this is what it's going to be called. Now let me begin. This is what if. Let me shut the fuck up. And yeah, ow, my arm. I fucking hit it in the ledge of my fucking table. No, just kidding. Let me begin. Shit, I'm way too hyper. I guess eating a bunch of sweet tarts, chicks, ducks, and bunnies. That's what it's called. Easter style. No. Let me begin. What the fuck am I going on about? So, we begin into the battle between Riser and, well, Issei. Now, of course, this is where, well, Issei is right now on the ground because he fell down the roof and, of course, he landed on the ground. He's really hurt. And, of course, this is where, well, Riser is laughing, telling Rias to give up so it can become hers. Of course, Rias was actually thinking of giving up, but we go into Issei's mindscape. Now, of course, this is where Issei is trying to ask for the Red Dragon Emperor for help, for anything. He doesn't mind if he sacrifices his body. The Red Dragon Emperor won't listen to him because Issei is not strong enough. His body is not physically strong enough, and he can't awaken him just yet. You can hear his voice a little bit, but he can't fully awaken him. Of course, he has the red gauntlet. He has even second liberation. It's just, or did he have second liberation? I can't remember. But of course, well, he's trying to figure out what to do. He just doesn't want what's it called, this fried chicken to literally kick his ass, even though he has a red dragon emperor. He's a dragon. He should be a dragon, and he should kick the shit out of the fried chicken. But the fried chicken is too damn strong. He wish he had something regeneration similar towards that of what's it called, the fried chicken. But he's not a phoenix. He's so damn confused. He has read on the phoenixes before, and how, well, mostly he has read on a book about phoenixes. It was a long time ago, but he read about how the phoenixes, if they die, they will come back to life after their ash. They're just reborn. And he can see Riser is the exact same bullshit. It's just instead of turning to ash and getting reborn. No, he gets quite annoyed. He's just pissed, okay? He hates it. Now, of course, this is where, well, he's like, damn it, Drake. This is where he's screaming Drake's name and Drake is not waking up. This is where he tries to use the red gauntlet to try to contact Drake, but it won't work. This is where he says, damn it, I'm so damn weak. Damn it. First, I'm so weak. I'm not as strong as my Oni-san. This is where he kind of whispered that last part. But this is where, well, he wish he had enough strength. He wish he had actually stronger magic reserves, but he's too weak. He barely has enough power. And even with training, it won't work. He doesn't have any power. He hates it. He hates it. He wish he had enough power, but he can't. He was born like this. He was born defected. This is where, well, in his words, is defected. And maybe other people's words is defected. He's part of the Hyoto family, yet he's so defected. This is where, well, he hates it. He hates it. This is where, well, he says, what is a golden heart supposed to be? This is where he remembers something about golden heart and how he has a golden heart but yet it's kind of useless to him because he can't do anything with it. This is where, well, he says, so damn useless. Even if I have a golden heart, from people who told me before. This is where he gets flashbacks of people saying that he has a golden heart, but the problem is his magic reserve sucks. This is where, well, it's useless. I'm so weak, I'm so pitiful, I'm so defected. I hate it. This is where he's screaming out loud. This is where, well, he punches the thin air being all dark and there's nothing. This is where he then sits down and of course puts his knees up and his hands over. This is where, well, he starts kind of crying because he's so weak. This is where, well, his tears are falling down his face, knowing damn well that he either Ryza will kill him or Rias will be married to him. This is where, well, something in the distance says, don't cry. This is where, well, the voice was it was soft, but somewhat kind of like unable to speak most of the time. Kind of like glitching out. This is where, well, Issei was confused. It was staticky at the same time. This is where, well, Issei said, who's there? Drake, is that you? Something actually started appearing right into the darkness. Something so bright that it actually flashes Issei's eyes. Issei was hurt in an instant, even though this is his mindscape. When he managed to reopen his eyes, he had to blink multiple times. What appeared in front of him was something that, well, was surprising, actually. It was a white, silverish feather bird, of course, having this golden kind of color and aura around it. This is where, well, it was flying up in the air, and Issei saw its eyes being kind of red. Issei says, what are you? He can feel the heat from it. It actually is so powerful that the heat, that even though in his mindscape, it feels like the outside is kind of burning. Outside his body is actually burning. It's kind of like some of the skin is actually turning kind of like fire actually appearing around his body, which is healing the wounds actually, but no one actually notices. But yeah, not even Riser. This is where, well, Issei says, who are you? This is where, well, the thing actually started talking. It was distorted for a little bit until he then swings one of his wings straight towards Issei. And of course, where white flame smashes upon Issei, and Issei just was confused. Until when Issei came back, his hair was actually white. Completely white, and it was long. But of course, well, it wasn't long, it was kind of short, but spiky. But this is where, well, Issei's eyes showed to be, instead of a brownish color, to be, well, a goldenish color. This is where, well, Issei said, what do you want? Wait. This is where he grabs his hair and realizes it's actually back to white. He then says, how did you know? Issei grabs his face in an instant with a horrified look. How did you? This is where, well, the bird started speaking back again. How did I know that you were hiding? Hiding all of it just because you were weak? You thought that you couldn't show your white silverish hair out in the open with your golden eyes because you thought you were just weak and wasn't deserving of this kind of look? This is where Issei looks at him with his eyes are kind of scared. This is where, well, Issei can feel the warmth of the voice, but yet kind of annoyed. The bird seems to be quite annoyed and warmth at the same time. Issei said, how can I understand you now? I use a bit of my power to make you understand. I came here hearing mostly hearing the voice of help, of a man who has the heart of gold. So tell me, my boy, what do you need help for? This is where, well, Issei says, I called you? But I'm defected. I'm too weak. My magic, it's pitiful. I can't call even a mythical bird. No, you must have the wrong person. My brother was much better than me. What are you? Even if you have no magic reserves, even if your magic is pitiful and much weaker than any other magician, your golden heart was the one to activate and make sure to show and call upon those that wants to help you. Your golden heart was the one to call upon my needs. I am, well, mostly he says, this is where, well, he says, I am Gino Hono, the silver golden phoenix. I am the leader of the Phoenix clan. Mostly, I am not from the devil race. I am actually the leader of all the phoenixes. Every single phoenix you can think of. Fire, ice, who matters? It doesn't really matter. All phoenixes are my children. I am the god and somewhat the creator of all the phoenixes. And if you think there's not that many phoenixes, then you're wrong. There's quite a bit, a lot of them. They all hatch from an egg, so yes. So tell me, my boy, do you want power? Power to help you in, well, yeah, I don't know why I started. Help you in the battle between this fake fried chicken. He's truly not my child and not my grandchild. Actually, that power that he has is actually one of my children's gifted powers. A red flame phoenix managed to give the power towards the devil after the devil managed to make an alliance with him. Now, that devil wasn't greedy, he was kind, but wasn't as golden heart as you, my boy. Now, since the devils in his clan managed to, when he managed to reproduce, he managed to spread the power of the phoenix towards his descendants of devils. It ended up in this fry, arrogant ass prick. So tell me, my boy, what do you want to do? This is where, well, Gino Hono said towards Issei. Issei looks at him. Issei doesn't know what to do. He said, how could I even help you? What? Why were you telling me this? It's not pointless. I can see that now it's one of your children that wants the one to give him the power. But what can I do? Gino Hono says, I could give you a sword to extract the powers of the flame of the phoenix, and then you can fight him. But not just by yourself, with my help. This is where, well, you have my 100% support in everything. You are the golden heart, well, mostly the prince of the golden heart. Oh, well, mostly the golden heart prince. And since you are him, then you are supported by every mythical creature. This is where, well, Issei was actually shocked to hear about this. But this is where Gino Hono says, but it is not the time for me to tell you everything. It's for the time for you to fight my golden heart prince and fight for your power. Fight for, well, not your power. Fight for your life and bring down the arrogant phoenix. The arrogant phoenix devil. Now go and I'll show you the power that I truly bestow upon you. The golden phoenix screeches. Mostly the silver golden phoenix screeches. And this is where, well, power floods through Issei's body. This is where, well, a bright, fiery kind of tornado appears around Issei right now, burning him. But of course, it's right now launching up in the sky. This is where everyone was shocked, even Riser. Riser says, what is that? This is where the flames surround Issei. Even though it looked like Issei should have burned, because Riser did throw an attack at him, because Rhea didn't give up, and this is where Rhea says, stop it! No! This is where, well, when the flames did contact Issei, it did kind of, he exploded into flames, and before even Riser can even say, he laughs, and Rhea was devastated in despair. This is where the flames, well, the huge flame tower became silverish white, making it now become flames of silverish white with gold. This is where, well, Issei was getting up. Right now, all the wounds and burn marks in his body are gone. The clothes of his body are actually gone. Mostly his chest is actually showing off. But this is where, well, something is different about him. His eyes, they're gold. His hair, well, mostly not his hair. His hair turns brown. It's still brown. But of course, his eyes are no longer a goldenish brown, but instead red. This is where, well, mostly inside there's a slick red. That's similar to a bird, don't worry about that. But this is where, well, he then kind of, his skin and his body seems to be different. It seems to be a little bit paler, but not much. This is where, well, the flames around him dissipate after a while. Issei kind of looks up at Riser. Riser sees Issei getting up, and this is where, well, Rias is happy to see Issei still be alive. This is where Rias cannot take Issei's kind of wounds no more. But before she can even say anything and before she can even say that she wants to give up, Issei appears right in front of Riser with blinding speed that Riser could not react fast enough. And of course, this is where Issei said, Genohono sword extraction. This is where, well, a sword appears and Issei's hand being in his right hand. And that being this sword. This sword that kind of has this phoenix, but don't worry about this. A sword that has a green gem and a golden handle, but don't worry about it. This is where, well, Issei appears right in front of, well, mostly, what's it called? Riser. Riser couldn't dodge fast enough and, of course, got the sword literally slashed upon him. This is where Riser thought that he can be cocky until he felt his energy be extracted and felt damage to his towards his torso. This is where he jumps away, right now having the phoenix wings behind him, but they seem to be a little bit much smaller than normal. Riser was confused. But the sword that Issei is holding seems to extract the phoenix power that he has, which shocks him to his core. This is where, well, he then looks at, well, mostly Issei and says, "What are you, kid? What the fuck are you?" This is where Issei looks at him. And of course, before even trying to attack him, a fireball literally smashes into Issei. But this is where the fire around him right now turns into mostly swords. The fire around him that was mostly thrown by the Queen of Riser seems to just widen her eyes when all the fire around Issei right now kind of dispelled and then came back into transform into swords. This is where there are a launch at, well, mostly the Queen. The Queen couldn't dodge fast enough. She would literally smash with a bunch of fire swords, making her unable to battle and, of course, eliminated. This is where Riser widened his eyes. The flames that were smashed upon Issei seems to be being able to be controlled by him, Issei himself. It's like if fire was so natural to him. This is where, well, Issei then looks up at Riser, and Riser says, "What the hell are you?" No, I am a phoenix. I won't die to the likes of you." Issei looks at him with this pitiful look in his eyes. This is where Issei spreads out two wings behind him. Two silverish, but at the very end of the silverish wings actually appears like these goldenish kind of highlights. This is where, well, they seem to be on fire and seems to be similar to Riser's wings, but much bigger, and seems to be the flames being much more powerful. Issei said, "You say you are the only phoenix here, and yet I also have wings of a phoenix." This is where, well, Issei said his voice very cold and very mischievous. This is where, well, Riser even raffle widen their eyes. Issei appears right in front of Riser with blinding speed. This is where Riser could not dodge, and of course Issei right now, his left hand transformed into a claw like a phoenix, grabbing Riser from the shoulder, making sure that he's unable to move. Riser sees the sword, cannot move fast enough. He tries to smash a fist into Issei to try to kill him, mostly hit him in the heart. But of course, hitting him in the heart, like very fast, and even having his hand right there, he thought that he killed Issei, but Issei said, "Do you think that my heart is there? You see here, I can move my heart wherever I want to. It doesn't need to really be at the same spot. I'm a phoenix, I can do whatever I want." Isn't that the same words that you said too? This is where Riser went his eyes and said, "Please, this is good for the marriage of..." Shut the hell up. He gets stabbed with the sword. This is where, well, the sword seems to be extracting the phoenix powers from his body. "What are you doing? Do you not know this is good for the devils?" "No, I don't give a damn. Actually, a true phoenix decides to ask for my help. And that phoenix asked for my help in getting rid of your phoenix powers. It was never yours. The phoenix that your great-grandfather made a pact with decides to, well, it was only the child of the true phoenix of all of them. And this phoenix asked for my help to getting rid of your phoenix powers and making you just a normal devil. It doesn't matter. Someone like you shouldn't be having phoenix powers. You're too arrogant, too cocky. Let me show you what you are really." This is where, well, Riser said, "No, you the sword is like really just cut, well not cut out of him, mostly just like taken out of his body. Riser caught the blood and of course landed down to the ground in an instant, smashing down there. Raffle widened her eyes, and this is where before Raffle could even get close to mostly her brother, a sword was almost smashed upon her. She gulped when the sword was so close to her face. Issei said, "Another phoenix brat. You came here for me to extract their powers in an instant." This is where, well, Raffle widened her eyes hearing the extraction. This is where, well, she doesn't know what to do. This is where, well, Issei can see that she's completely different from, well, Riser. She's not arrogant. She's kind of tsundere a little bit and kind of acts like an actual mature kind of person instead of Riser being so cocky and arrogant. Issei doesn't actually take her powers. Instead, grabs a sword and walks towards Riser. Riser, you bastard! Do you not know this is the good for the devils? This is where Issei said, "And do you not know that the power that I just extracted from you is basically not yours in the first place? Naturally, I could easily destroy your Phoenix family just because of the fact that you took a small portion of a power that is not even yours in the beginning. So, should I cut you down in an instant for your insolent crimes against the Phoenix clan?" This is where, well, he says the true Phoenix clan. This is where, well, Riser gulps wide in his eyes. He sees the sword being right now held up by Issei on top of his head, and of course could easily stab Riser anytime soon. This is what Riser says, "Wait, we can talk about this. Please, just let me have..." Shut the hell up. His arm was literally just stomped on. This is where Riser could fight against Issei. Issei has now overpowered him. Issei said, "It's for your insolent crime of daring to even talk about this, your own power. You shall be executed." The sword itself ignited with the same flames as Riser's flames. "I would annihilate you with the same flames that you held. Right? Just because you said it was yours doesn't actually mean it's yours. It was gifted. The great, mostly flame, mostly not red flame phoenix. The great flame phoenix that your grandfather made a pact with was only a small portion. Your great grandfather was actually much kinder than any of the other Phoenix clan, other members, and since with that, it was only used for those people to kind of have a great advantage against other devils. But truly, you took that too arrogantly. You took that with greed. You thought you could actually, well, manage to surpass that of a phoenix, a true blood phoenix. Not gonna lie, you're a stupid idiot. You're only a devil, not an actual phoenix. So tell me, should I execute you right now, or should I let the great Phoenix clan execute you for insolence?" This is where, well, Riser says, "You realize that the devils will attack you." "Oh, would they? Would they really attack me? Good to know. Come out. Hono and, well, Akya. Mostly two phoenixes appear. One being a bluish flame phoenix, and another one being an actual normal reddish flame phoenix. The original phoenix color, like the orangey color one. This is where, well, the two phoenixes looks at, well, Issei, and looks at Riser. This is where she sees a sword that extracts any, what's it called, remains of the phoenix from the devil. This is where, well, Issei gives the sword straight towards the orange phoenix. The orange phoenix bows down and tells, well, Issei, "Thank you, my golden heart prince. Thank you for having such kindness and not scolding me at all." Issei said, "I still don't understand with the golden heart prince, but all I understand is that this is yours. This is your power, not mine." This is where, well, the phoenix itself said, the orange phoenix says, "Well, that doesn't really matter." Oh my god. This is where, well, Issei said, "Well, it doesn't matter. It's your power, not mine. So please take it." This is where Issei gives the sword towards the phoenix. The phoenix takes the flames from the sword and gives back the sword towards Issei. "This sword was given by our father towards you, Golden Heart Prince." Oh my god. So of course, this is where, well, Issei kind of says, Well, thank you. This is where he has a sword, and of course, where he then kind of dispels the sword away and looks at Riser. Riser's face. So, are you gonna give up? Please tell me you're gonna give up. Issei said, give up? No, I'm actually gonna use the same firepower that you did to me. So have a good night. Riser says, wait, no! He literally gets punched in the face so hard with Silver Flame Phoenix punch. Ding! This is where, Riser, the no longer fried chicken, but we're gonna still call him the fried chicken, is knocked the fuck out, and, mostly he's actually put down. This is where, Grace B says, X-Phoenix has been retired. The winner is Ria's Creamery and her Barrage. This is where, Issei's flames, mostly his eyes turns back to a goldenish brown. And of course, where, Issei said, I feel so tired. Wow. This is where he smashes his head into the ground like he fell down because he's too damn tired. And of course, both the Phoenixes switch up, but of course they disappear because they can't do anything else. Unless they're going to take him towards the, dimension of the Phoenixes. But not happening. So of course, where, mostly Riser, his father, just widened his eyes seeing an actual true Phoenix bloodline. Mostly someone that's actually related to the actual Phoenixes. Which he needs him. He actually needs him. So of course, he's actually thinking of using Raffle to marry her. But he doesn't know that Issei is not actually a true-blooded towards the Phoenixes. They mostly heard his call through mostly some kind of connection. But not the point. Let me kind of go on with the other, portion of whatever. But not the point. I don't think I'm going to get to it. So other than that, I'm going to probably end it off here. So yeah. So have a nice day and other stuff. But yeah, bye. I gotta go.